everyone, it's Angela. Beautiful day here in San Antonio. Sun's finally out. Feels great. A little bit cold, but that's good. It's been a while since I put a video out. I've been actually quite busy counseling people, which has been really good. Had quite a few people come my way, and it's been great getting Ascension Nutrition up and running. I'm juggling a lot of things right now, and so it's been a little bit difficult to get videos out. Anyway, I had a subscriber ask me about protein and what protein would be best to put in smoothies. And she was specifically asking about whey protein. So this is for you. Got a lot to say about protein in regards to human nutrition. I want to start by giving you a bigger picture. Let's look at the protein content of different mammalian milks, or milks of different mammals. Humans have the lowest protein content of all of the mammals. We're about between 0.8 and 0.9% protein in a human milk. Now, if you look at our evolution over millions of years, we evolved to have a perfect amount of protein in our milk in regards to our needs. What scientists have found is that the higher level of protein there is in a mammalian milk, that is actually related to the rate of their development. So let's look at rats. Rats have one of the highest protein contents of their milk. They develop quickly also. We develop pretty slowly. And actually, in my research of whey protein, I actually came across something that really blew my mind. So we actually found, or scientists have found, that our slower rate of development, which is correlated to our lower protein intake as a baby, when we develop slower, it allows a greater amount of time to accumulate those long chain omega-3s and omega-6s in our brain. So it just leaves me to question, if we're consuming protein of other mammals that have higher protein contents, what does that do for our brain development? Does it allow enough time for us to deposit those long chain omega-3s and omega-6s in the human brain? If not, how does that affect our evolution? These are just questions. I am sure the research is still being done on this, but they're just questions. I want to touch on a particular amino acid in milk. It's called leucine. This is something that bodybuilders love in whey protein, is leucine. But leucine, we want to look at leucine as a signaling molecule versus an inert amino acid. It has significant biological effects inside the body. So we would look at it as more of a signaling molecule. I don't want to get too in depth and be confusing, but I am going to go a little bit into some biochemical pathways. Leucine signals the production of an enzyme called mTOR. I'm not going to get into why mTOR is called what it is, but it's an enzyme, and it is considered a master regulator, cellular regulator. It does many things. It regulates cell growth, cell death, cell migration, many other things. But right now I just kind of want to focus on cellular growth. So the higher the leucine content in a milk that you're consuming, the more you're going to have that growth signal. And this is what bodybuilders like about whey protein, is the leucine content and how it can signal growth in the human skeleton. Muscle and skeleton. But not only does it signal muscular growth, it can signal the growth of unwanted tissue in the body. So there is an association with higher mTOR production and cancer in humans. And in particular, it's been studied with breast cancer and prostate cancer. So, do you really want to take that risk? I would not recommend it. But let's look at human nutrition, our protein needs, and what plant foods provide. So those of you that know me know that I fully advocate whole food plant-based nutrition in relation to human disease prevention and health. So if you're looking at the protein content of some average plant foods, nuts and seeds have about 10 to 15%. Whole grains have about 10 to 15%. Legumes can be 20 to 30% protein. If you are eating a variety of whole plant foods, you are going to be meeting your protein needs if you are meeting your calorie needs. Does that make sense? So humans need about 10% protein-ish, unless you have some type of condition such as let's say you're critically ill, you've got massive amounts of inflammation going on in your body, and you need a greater amount of protein. If you're just an average human, not conflicted with some major disease, the average need for protein for human is approximately 10% of your calories. So I know I'm kind of going all over with this in regard to putting protein in your smoothie, but this is an important subject, and I will be putting out more videos about protein in the future. I realize I spend a lot of time trying to get you guys pictures and graphs and all this stuff to make these videos look nice and give you all of this information, but I realize in doing that, I'm really not getting these videos out because it really takes a lot of time to do all of that editing and searching. So what I am going to do is just post the links to these articles below the video so that you can look at these articles yourself, and if you want to see the graphs, you can see them, and I'll probably throw in a few pictures here and there so you can look at them, but I'm just going to give you the information. So, do I recommend adding a protein to your smoothie? I do not. I recommend designing your smoothie with whole foods that have enough protein in them. So, let me give you an example. I make a smoothie every morning. I throw in some greens, a banana, some fruit. I recommend adding chia seeds, flax seeds. For more protein, you can add in pumpkin seeds. You can add almond butter. My average protein intake from my morning smoothie made from whole plant foods averages between 10 to 15 grams of protein. Let's talk about what your protein needs are. If you can calculate it yourself. So take your healthy weight. So if you're overweight, you'll want to calculate this using your ideal weight. So take your healthy weight. If you are measuring your weight in pounds, you'll want to divide that by 2.2 to get kilograms. And your protein needs will be an average of 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight. So my protein needs, my weight vacillates between 125 and 130. I'm about between 5'6" and 5'7". My protein needs are approximately 40 to 45 grams. So I don't need to put 20 to 30 grams of protein in my morning smoothie. I get plenty with just whole plant foods, and then I will get plenty of other protein throughout the day as I eat whole plant foods. So I hope that answers your question. Again, I'll be getting more videos out. There's way more information on whey protein. Way more information. And maybe I'll put out another video talking about more of the biochemical pathways that occur in the human body when consuming the milk that is designed for another mammal. But for now, I just wanted to get that video out there, or get this video out there. And I will see you guys soon.